What is the fraud factor?
Well, the fraud factor, when you're describing your goals as completed with gratitude, you're saying that you have something even though rationally you don't. Now, what this will do is enable your intuition and subconscious to want to show up in order to help you operate in integrity. But your rational mind is there trying to talk you out of it, trying to say, you don't really have that. You're saying, I'm so grateful that I'm financially free with a minimum of X number of dollars. But your rational mind is there saying, you don't have that. You don't have that. And so it can make you sometimes feel fraudulent. This is not a new condition. Albert Einstein actually wrote about this human condition. He said we have an intuitive mind that's a sacred gift. And we have this rational mind that's a faithful servant. And this servant will do whatever we tell it to do. But somehow in our society, we have decided to honor this rational mind, this servant, and we've forgotten the gift. So when we get an intuitive message, a thought, or an idea to go somewhere or do something or take a step, our rational mind jumps out in front and says, wait. Let's think about this for a minute. What's every possible outcome that could happen if we take that step? Do we like any of them? If we don't like any of them, let's just do nothing. So it's also telling us that when we're saying something that's not true this moment, it's trying to tell us that we're acting fraudulent and to give up on the goal. Yeah. I have a friend of mine that's a scientist. She works for a cancer research organization. And she called me up after 2 months of having a goal to be a paid singer. She wanted to be a paid singer. So she's using the daily practice and saying that she is using her skills and talents in entertaining in wonderful ways and being paid for it, and that audiences just love her, and she feels so satisfied and fulfilled using her remarkable talents to entertain others. And after 2 months, she told me, I'm not getting any intuitive messages. I'm not getting any leads at all to take any steps. I feel like such a fraud. I'm going to give up on that goal. Well, her rational mind has essentially put this intuitive, this gift on mute because it doesn't really believe that she's going to achieve that goal. And it wants to protect her and keep her safe. That's what our brain wants to do, is help us to stay safe and protected. So if it doesn't believe, and it doesn't believe that we can achieve a goal, it will try and talk us out of it and make us feel fraudulent. It'll put those messages on mute. So the ways she needed to combat that are twofold. First of all, keep up with the daily practice, because as we're building that and strengthening that neural pathway with the new belief, it takes repetition every single day. So keep moving through that fraudulent feeling and keep up with the practice, and go out and find other singers. Read their stories, talk to them, find out what their journeys were. As you make their story familiar to you, what you're going to start to recognize is, wow, if they could do it, I could do it. You know, there's nothing special about the way they went on their journey. They didn't wake up one morning being a great, successful singer. They had a journey to get there. So learn the story about how they got there. Make it familiar so that you get to the point where you believe, if they could do it, I could do it. Now what that'll do is when they create this new belief, the rational mind will take the intuitive messages off mute. So she was guided and directed to go to a couple of charity events. And at one of them, she saw this trio playing over in the corner, and she scooted over, right? And as she was watching the woman singer, she thought to herself, I'm as good as she is. If she could do that, I could do that. I mean, she'd been told all of her life that she was a great singer, but her family had told her since she was a little girl that being a professional paid singer was foolish. She needed to get a serious job with a reasonable degree and to make a secure living, and that being paid to be a singer was foolish. So that was her big belief that she had to change, was being paid to sing. So she saw that, and then she went to another event, and from across the room, some guy walked right up to her, stuck out his hand, introduced himself. During the conversation, he mentioned that he had just been asked by his community to put on an event at the community center, and he had a budget for entertainment. Well, her gut is now yelling at her, "Tell him you're a singer, tell him you're a singer." And so she blurted that out, and he invited her to come audition, and she got her first paying gig.
That's a beautiful story.
So that fraud factor, what we do is we continue with the practice to describe what we want as though it's already complete with gratitude, and we go out and make what we want familiar to us. Learn the stories of other people that have had similar success.